Greetings for the day. Welcome to another session of Cyber Law and Ethics. My name is Mohammad Rahmat Ali, and in today's session, we're going to learn about the category of cybercrime. Now, before going into this topic, let me revise what are the things that we have studied in the previous session. In previous session, we studied about what actually is cyber law, how cyber law is been implemented, and what are the different things on which cyber law can be implemented. So in today's session we are going to study about the category of cybercrime. What are the different categories with reference to the cybercrime? Now, if you're like, let me revise what cybercrime is. Cybercrime is being done on cyberspace. Now, what is cyberspace? Cyberspace is a place wherein all of the people are interconnected with through internet. A place wherein all of the people are connected through internet. That place is called as cyberspace. In cyberspace, there will be some of the people who will be misusing that the things and materials and information. So that are called as the what you call as cyber crime, and the people who do that particular cyber crime are called as cyber criminals. Now, what are the different categories of cyber crime? Basically, there are three things that have been mentioned over here. The first one is with reference to cyber crime against a person, cyber crime against a property, or cyber crime against government also. Against the government also. So these are three types, or these are three categories with reference to the categories of cybercrime. The first one is with reference to against the people. Like, what are the cybercrime that is being conducted against people? The first one is cyber stalking. Now, what do you mean by cyber stalking? Like all of you know what we mean by stalking. Stalking in the sense observing some person or continuously monitoring a person to gain some information or to gain some profit through that person is called as stalking. If at all the same thing is been done on internet, or what do you call as on what do you call as cyberspace, then it is called as cyber stalking. Now, what is been done in the cyber stalking? For instance, I'll tell you, if I know a particular routine of a person, then it is very much easier to gain access of that particular person. For instance, my office duty is from morning 9:30 until 4:30. My office timings are from 9:30 to 4:30. In the sense, between 9:30 to 4:30 I will be there in the office only, and what are the things that I'll be doing will be considered on behalf of me. So a person who is a cyber hacker or a cyber criminal can access this particular privilege and do something between 12:30 to 1:30. But because I am in the office from 9:30 to until 4:30, and from 12:30 to 1:30 there is a lunch hour, for an example. So that cyber criminal will take access of mine from 12:30 to 1:30 and do some of the mischievous thing, or access some other information and take a profit from that particular thing. So that is what we call as cyber stalking, one type of cyber stalking. The second type of cyber stalking is observing the routine and taking the advantage of particular thing, or saying, like, regularly saying a message that you are being under monitor, or you have been watched. So this is what we called as cyber stalking, and rest of the things, what actually cyber stalking is all about. The next one is like impersonation, and the third one is what we call as loss of privacy. The fourth one is transmission of obscene material, and the last one is harassment with the use of computer. Now, what do you mean by this particular thing? Loss of privacy and impersonation. I'll tell you what impersonation in the later on part of the slides. As of now, what do you mean by loss of privacy? Loss of privacy in the sense, for an example, I am doing some particular thing. For example, internal marks are there, like I am putting some internal marks to you, but there is a person who is trying to intrude into my system and check what is the mark that he has got. Or there is some person who is trying to take photographs when I'm entering the lab internal marks, or there is some person who is standing behind me and seeing what are the marks that is been given to you. This all comes under loss of privacy. This all of the things comes under the loss of privacy with reference to this that particular information. So loss of privacy is also a cyber crime against a person. Why? Because I am the authorized person to give you the marks, and also I'm the authorized person to let you know what are the marks that you all get. So it is with reference to the matter of privacy. Also, one student has got no right to check others marks. In the same way, if at all there are n number of people who have taken an account in a bank cannot see one another information. I cannot see my next bank account holder information. In the same way, a person or a student has got no right to see the marks of another person or performance of another student. So this is also comes under the loss of privacy. The last or the next one is the transmission of options material. This you know better than me. On internet, what are the options material that is been transferred? This has also been considered as a cyber crime. The last one is with reference to the harassment with the use of computer. Now what do you mean by this harassment of with reference to the computer? It can be cyberbullying, it can be stalking, or it can be with reference to continuously messaging someone to harass him, or using some other's computer as a target to like to monitor that particular thing. So that is what you call as harassment with the use of computer. This all comes under crime or cyber crime against a person. Also, you can do something. You can plug in a material which will let you know all of the information which is been browsed or which is been accessed in that particular day. So also, see, there is a good practice of cyber security, or to be very much secure in cyber world, that whenever you are using any of the computer, whether that computer belongs to your friend, that computer belongs to a cyber cafe, that computer belongs to any of the internet cafe, you should check whether that computer is been attached with any of the external memory device. Why? Because the people will collect all of the information, like something like I will collect only the keystrokes that is being done. For example, if at all if I press A will be stored in that particular device. This will help him to know what is the username, what is the password, and what is the use, like what are the user that he has browsed, what is the information that he has passed. If at all if I have entered the username, password, that all things will be stored in that particular memory device. So it will be easier for me to access or to gain access. For example, for an example, I'm telling you, I went to a cyber cafe. I opened Google, and in that I have typed www.abcbank.com or abcbank.org.in. Now this has been stored in the memory device, and then what I have done, I have clicked on login. Then I have logged in as my name is so and so @example.com. My name is 123 or my name is so and so @example.com, and I have given the password as like abc.123. Now all of these keystrokes is been stored in that particular memory device. So this also can be one of the harassment with reference to a person or with reference to an individual, but because he have given every of the information to that particular thing and he has not done anything, he has not done anything. What he has done, the only thing that he has done is like he has captured all of the keystrokes. What are the keystrokes that is been done? He has what do you call as captured all of the keystrokes and he has stored it, so that later on part when he plugs that particular memory drive to his own computer, he will come to know what is the website that he visited and what he has done next, and what is the thing that he has done next, and accordingly I'll be logging on behalf of you, and I'll be transferring the money, or I'll be misusing your account for different things. So this is with reference to against cybercrime against a individual person. Now coming forward, what is the cybercrime against a property? against a property. This, see, property in a sense, we are talking only about digital things. We are talking only about digital things, not the physical things. We are talking only about the digital things. That property can be an individual property, that property can be copyright protected, that property can be put on public domain, that property is a private property. It can be anything. It can be anything. For instance, my video that is been put on internet is only for the purpose of the people who are studying in ISL engineering college. For an example, this particular video is only for the purpose who are studying in ISL engineering college to study this particular subject. If at all some other person who is trying to use this particular video has also got the access. Why? Because I have put this particular video on a public domain. I have put this video on public domain. Or else the same video, if at all, if I have put it on my personal blog or on my own personal website, then this would be my own property. This would be my own property prepared for myself, as though as of now also this property belongs to me only. Why? Because I am only preparing this video, but on behalf of my engineering college. Why? Because my engineering college people told me to prepare this particular video, so on behalf of my college I am preparing this particular video. Why? Because now this video becomes my own property, and this property cannot be used by others. If at all if they want to use this property, they need to take my permission, or else I will put a copyright on that particular video. Okay, now this is how it happens. Now what is the crime against property? Unauthorized computer trespassing. The second one is computer vandalization or vandalism. The third one is transmission of harmful programs. The next one is stealing secret information and data. The last one is copyright against property. Now what do you mean by all these things? This means, like, for an example, I'll give you a small example to make you understand in a better way. In the Department of Computer Science Engineering, there is a post called as Head of the Department, Assistant HOD, then comes the faculties. Under that comes the staff. Now, me being a faculty of that particular department, I have not been assigned the right of head of the department, but I am trying to access the rights of head of the department, either by taking his username password, or accessing those privileges which has been given to head of department, like editing of marks, or what do you call as management of marks. My only responsibility is to submit the marks. What are the marks that I have given, given to the student, should be same being submitted to the head of the department. Now it is the responsibility of HOD whether to alter the marks or put the same marks or improve the marks or decrease the marks. It can do anything. Now my only responsibility was to submit the marks, but now what I have done is, after submitting the marks, I am trying to change the marks. So this is what we call as unauthorized computer trespassing. Okay, I am not the authorized person, but I am still trying to take the particular authorities. This is what we call as unauthorized computer trespassing. And the next one is a computer vandalism. This means, like, I am entering into different system, pinging some of the messages, sending some usense messages, so that computer should be occupied. The next one is the thing that I have told you, harmful programs. In the sense, in a network, like, see, basically in a computer on a network, how the virus comes, what is the mechanism by which virus comes. If at all if I have a computer of networks, I'll see that no external device is been connected to this particular system. One mechanism. Second mechanism is, like, I'll not allow any of the harmful websites to copy down the cookies onto my local system. The second type. Third type is, like, I'll not give access to those websites which can harm that computer or which can harm that computer network. So in this way, I'll try to protect my network of computers, but I am intentionally plugging my own memory device, so that the virus which is been in my pen drive or in my memory device will be copied into the system, and the moment it get copies into the system, it will be channelized to all of the computer networks. So this will give you, or this will transmit harmful program on that network, which will help the hacker, which will help the person to compromise the data. This is with reference to the cybercrime against the property. And the last one is with reference to the copyright against the property, also with reference to the stealing and secret information. The same thing, like whenever it is been compromised, I have the access of getting that particular information. I have got the access. Or else, if at all, if you want to understand a more efficient and more better way, you have got your own house and you're not allowing, like you have got your own house, and now in this period and now in this period of COVID-19, you don't want anyone to come to your house. So what you will do, you will pack your houses so that nobody can come. If at all somebody comes, you will greet them outside the house and you will not allow them inside the house. But still someone wants to do something mischievous, what they will do, they will put something from upside of your house, or they will throw something in your house, so that that particular thing will be damaged or some other thing. So this is how the things happens. So this is with reference to the cyber crimes against the property. Now the next one is with reference to the cyber crime against the government. This is also been one of the category of cyber crime. Now what it is, hacking government websites. Hacking government websites, cyber extortion, cyber terrorism, and computer viruses. Now what do you mean by all of these things? Like, see, now hacking doesn't only mean, like, getting into the system, copying the things and getting back. No, hacking also means seeing important data. Hacking also means compromising the personal space of a person is also called as hacking. Hacking also means, like, bypassing the authority stating you are the actual user is also called as hacking. For an example, everyone has a mobile phone and everyone has a mobile code on that mobile phone. If at all, if I am able to crack that particular mobile phone code, then I am been hacking your system in computer terms or in cyber world. Why? Because that mobile phone does not belong to me, and you have not given me the access. You have not told me the password to open or use that particular thing. So this will be considered as a type of hacking. Now, how will I know the password? I will know the password either of the way. The first one is you have told me the password, or else I have seen you typing the password, or else I have seen you writing the password at any of the place. This can, I think either of the things can happen. Either of the things can happen. So in the same way, in hacking of the government website, see, hacking doesn't mean that there is a rocket science. There is nothing like rocket science. It's very simple. Computer understands only two terms. It is 0 and 1. So hacking is only based on 0 and 1. Hacking is based on only 0 and 1. So this is how you do all those things. That's a very different thing. I'll not, like, I'll not tell you all of those things, like how things has been done. But hacking government website is also one of the cyber crime, and you all know, like, what we'll be doing, like, hacking all of the government website, we'll be giving the access to the people. Like, for an example, shadimubarak.com last date was today evening, but I'm uploading the details at night. So what I have done, I have compromised the system and I'm uploading the data. I'm uploading the data at that particular instant of time. So this is what we call as hacking. Or else providing some fake notices through government website only by hacking it. So it can be anything. So the other things are cyber extortion, cyber terrorism. And see, the cyber terrorism is very, very important, and I personally want all of you to be away from this. See, whenever you are browsing any of the website on internet, you should be well versed of what that particular website is all about, who, like, who is behind that website, and what is the intention of that particular website. For instance, I'll tell you, uh, there was a cyber terrorism cell which was been caught on behalf of an educational institution. What they have done is, like, in their whole of the college website, they have given a link to join a particular organization that is not being validated in that particular territory, that is not been accessible to that particular territory. So what they have done, they have given a link, so they have been caught and they have been put behind the bars. So for all the people who have visited that educational website was been monitored for next 45 to 50 days. So what are their activities with reference to their system? So this is how you have been monitored. This is how you will be monitored. So you should be very much cautionate while browsing any of the websites, which websites you are visiting, what is the purpose that you are visiting, and how much time you are what you call as spending over there, and what you are doing over there. All will be monitored. All will be monitored. Now the next one is, what are the some other crime that has been done? The other crimes are like logical bombs, virus, worm, Trojan horse, email bombing, spamming, email abuse, and spears, phishing. These all things are with reference to the other cyber crimes, and also with reference to, like I'll tell you some of the things with reference to phishing and spear phishing. See, if at all if you are visiting any of the websites, see to it that that is being with an extension S. If at all if you see, there will be like HTTP and HTTPS. If at all if you are giving any of the information, like your bank websites, your authorized college websites, and your login website will always be HTTPS. If at all it is HTTPS, then only give your credentials. If at all if it is not HTTPS, don't give the credential. That can be a phishing website. That can be a phishing website. So this is for your general information I told you. So I hope you understood something from today's session, and we'll continue the same thing in the next session about the what are the need of cyber law in the next session. But in today's session we studied about the different crimes against individual with reference to a person, with reference to a property, with reference to the government, and what are the different cyber crimes with reference to logic bomb, worms, Trojan horse, email bombing, spamming, email abuse, phishing, spear phishing, etc. of other things. I hope you understood something from today's session. If at all if you have any doubt, please let me know by pinging my email address rahmat_ali2u@yahoo.com, or you can come down to the college on a common timing, deciding all of yourself for a face-to-face interaction for clarification of doubt. I hope you understood something from today's session. Thank you for listening to the session. Hope to see you in the next session. Thank you.